My wife planned to humiliate me, but her plan backfired by my ultimate revenge. Reddit revenge story. The laughter echoed through the banquet hall like shards of broken glass slicing through my pride. Every eye was on me, some filled with pity, others with amusement, as my wife, Emma, stood at the center of it all, holding the microphone with a smirk that could cut steel. Ladies and gentlemen, she announced dramatically, you all know my husband, Ryan, the man who thinks he's the perfect gentleman. But tonight, let's see how perfect he really is. My heart thudded in my chest. I didn't yet know what she was planning, but I could feel the setup. This wasn't a normal dinner party, this was an ambush. It all started 6 months earlier when I began noticing small changes in Emma. We'd been married for 9 years, and while no marriage is perfect, ours had once been full of laughter, mutual respect, and quiet affection. But lately, she'd become distant, cold even. Her phone was always glued to her hand, she came home late from work dinners, and she'd stopped caring about the little things we used to do together. At first, I thought she was stressed or going through something personal. I offered to talk, to listen, to help. But every time I tried, she'd twist it around, accuse me of being controlling, or claim I was making things up. Still, I trusted her, until the night I accidentally saw her messages. It was 2 a.m. I woke up thirsty and went to the kitchen. Her phone was on the counter, screen lit up from a new text. I didn't mean to snoop, but the preview line read, "Can't wait for tomorrow night, beautiful." He won't know what hit him. My stomach dropped. When I opened the chat, I found messages that confirmed everything I feared, and worse. She wasn't just cheating. She was mocking me. The man she was seeing was her coworker, Derek, a smarmy, arrogant manager who always flirted a little too much at company events. The two of them had been plotting to embarrass me during the company's upcoming anniversary gala, the very event where all our friends, family, and her colleagues would be attending. The plan, from what I gathered, was to humiliate me publicly, to expose how pathetic and boring her husband was, all while flaunting her real man, Derek, in front of everyone. She wanted to destroy me, socially and emotionally. For days, I couldn't sleep. Betrayal is one thing, but intentional humiliation, that hits differently. It carves into your soul. But I wasn't going to let her win. Instead of confronting her immediately, I played along. I acted normal, even sweeter than usual. I made her breakfast, complimented her dress, and offered to help her prepare for the big event. The more I smiled, the guiltier she looked, but she didn't stop. She thought I was clueless. Meanwhile, I quietly gathered everything I needed. I copied her texts, took screenshots of her conversations, recorded a few of their phone calls where she openly laughed about me, and even found proof of their workplace affair through a private investigator. The night of the gala arrived. Emma looked stunning, a silver gown that shimmered like deceit under the chandelier. She kissed my cheek and whispered, "Try not to embarrass me tonight, okay?" Oh, the irony. When we arrived, I noticed Derek across the room, smirking. They exchanged glances, thinking they were untouchable. I greeted guests, smiled, and made polite conversation while my heart pounded with anticipation. I knew exactly what was coming. Halfway through the evening, the host announced a special surprise prepared by Emma. She strutted to the stage, took the mic, and began her performance, making jokes about how some men just don't know how to keep their wives happy. The audience laughed awkwardly, not realizing the cruelty behind her words. Then came the dagger. She called me up to the stage, pretending it was all lighthearted fun. "Ryan, honey," she said sweetly, "tell everyone how it feels to be married to someone out of your league." Laughter erupted again. My throat tightened, but I forced a smile. I took the mic from her hand. "You're right, Emma," I said calmly. "I really don't deserve you. But maybe everyone should see who you truly are." I gestured to the projector screen. Within seconds, the slideshow began, messages, photos, call logs, everything. Her secret chats with Derek filled the screen, her mocking texts about my career, her plan to humiliate me, and even the photo of them together in a hotel room. The room fell silent. Emma's face drained of color. "Ryan, stop this," she hissed. But I continued, playing a short audio clip where she told Derek, "He's too naive to ever find out. I'll destroy him before I leave." Gasps filled the hall. Some people covered their mouths. Others just stared at her in shock. I turned back to the crowd. Ladies and gentlemen, I may be naive, but I'm not stupid. I believed in love, in loyalty, but tonight, I learned that trust, once broken, cannot be rebuilt. So, Emma, I hope your little show was worth it. Because now, it's over. I handed the mic back, walked off stage, and left the room in stunned silence. The next day, the video had gone viral. Someone had recorded the entire thing. Emma's reputation crumbled overnight. She was suspended from her job. Derek was fired for violating workplace ethics, and their affair became public humiliation for them, not me. As for me, it wasn't easy. Revenge doesn't erase pain, but it does restore dignity. I spent months rebuilding myself, focusing on work, therapy, and rediscovering who I was before I let someone like her define my worth. Months later, I received a letter from Emma, an apology. She said she didn't know why she did it, that she was jealous of how calm and decent I was while she felt unfulfilled. I read it once and threw it away. Some things don't deserve closure. Now, when people ask about that night, I just smile and say, she planned to humiliate me, but in the end, she only destroyed herself. Because the best revenge isn't rage, it's reclaiming your peace while they drown in the mess they made.